1:15 left in the first half of basketball. Jokic finds Doncic. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic.
The guard attributes on display there. Luka with one of the quicker releases you'll see in the game.
SGA against Harden. For three, Edwards. It's hauled in by the East.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Here's Jokic. Jokic gets it done right in front, in close.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
This game was in danger of getting away from them. They've made a nice push to keep it close.
Well, I think, as is always the case, the story of the game tonight won't have a lot to do with defense.
That's the way it always is. I mean, a half-court alley-oop or spectacular behind-the-back pass, that's exactly what the people want to see in this game.
3-on-3. From 7. Tatum with the finish on a beautiful break.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Doncic feeling it out. The tray. The shot, no good. And so it's the West All-Stars holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back to the action in just a minute. And it's time to strap in as we get set to bring you the explosive action of the second half of the All-Star game.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in this second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
On out there with Victor Wembanyama. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Harden in at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Nearly automatic. Gilgeous-Alexander, no slouch from the line.
Jokic with the screen on Edwards. And stolen by Siakam. Doncic against Edwards. Knocks it loose. Doncic with the steal. And stolen by Siakam. For 3, Edwards. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Here's Harden. Doncic outside. For 3. A deep shot falls for Doncic.
Wow. I don't know if anything's out of Doncic's range.
The West again cannot hit. The East trail by 8. Harden the pass to Brown. To the paint. Jokic inside. Tatum on him. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Brown.
This is exactly how you should use Jokic in these situations. Feed that beast inside.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
Yeah, really good sign for them offensively. They should keep getting him touches. Make sure he gets shots here.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Doncic passes to Brown. Here's Wembanyama for 3. Offensive rebound. Jokic goes to work inside.
They've come out hot this second half, hitting 3 of their first 4 shots.
The 3 from Tatum. Out to Edwards. There's the drive. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Anthony Edwards plays with a lot of strength, boy. That allows him to power right through contact.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Halliburton's checked in for James Harden. And West also making a switch. James is checked in. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Edwards, no good.
You know, his touch just has not been there tonight. You wonder how big their lead would be if he was hot.
Good ball movement here by the East. Brown with the bounce pass. Doncic. Outside for Halliburton. Out left to the wing. And here's Jokic outside. No good, but he's still shooting 75%. 6 of 8 from the floor. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. .110 left to play in the third. Wembanyama outside. Inside. Oh, throw it down, Nikola Jokic.
Impressive seeing Jokic go off like this. I mean, you can tell his teammates are being energized by what he's doing.
SGA against Halliburton. Pass to LeBron, and the West can't hang on to the ball.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the East All-Stars with some changes. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Wembanyama. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Brunson sets a screen for Towns. Drains the three-pointer.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
Pass to LeBron. LeBron right at the doorstep, and he finds the two.
Vintage LeBron there, owning the lane. I mean, who's going to stop that?
1 second left. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. The third quarter comes to a close. West All-Star. Well, we're back on a night that's always a highlight of any NBA season. We're live from the All-Star game.
And, you know, you always look forward to this game, and this one certainly has lived up to the billing so far.
There is not another show in sports quite like the NBA All-Star game, is there?
On the court for the West All-Stars. Tatum out there with Jackson. And it's LeBron James. And it's Cunningham. And it's Mitchell in at the 2. Şengün with the screen on Mitchell. And here's Doncic from the arc. And Şengün throws it down.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
And here is LeBron. Clock at 6. Pass to Cunningham. For 3. Doncic for the rebound.
Has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
And the East with some changes. Jokic, he's checked in for Şengün. Wembanyama comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Kevin Durant. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Siakam is checked in for Jaren Jackson. Edwards comes in for Mitchell. And SGA subbed in for Cade Cunningham. Outside Edwards. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's Doncic. And Wembanyama finishing the alley-oop.
The perfect lob partner. Wembanyama with elite hand-eye coordination.
The West trails by 6. James fires. Trained from outside.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. And you don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Doncic outside. Shoots the 3. Doncic knocks in the 3.
Boy, Doncic showing you his competitiveness right there with the back-at-you 3. The revenge trip.
LeBron James. And they come back with a 3 of their own.
And really, this has been an MVP caliber performance. Guys, he's been terrific.
Yeah, he has been. It's going to be a very easy job for the voters this year.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. And that timeout by coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Here's Jokic. And it's denied. Sent back by Siakam. Beyond the arc. Oh, the shot is pure from LeBron.
And you know what? He's been on the big stage, guys, and he's been at his absolute best.
And Greg, barring something unforeseen, I think we know who the All-Star MVP is going to be. He's already got one hand on that trophy.
Launches it. Knocks down the 3.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Harden scanning the floor. No good, unable to end this run.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Off the glass.
No fear of the moment. Ice water in the veins. Siakam knocks down that big score.
Jokic.
When it's an important possession, Jokic steps up big.
And the West All-Stars have possession. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And there's the dunk.
Siakam unfazed by the pressure and high stakes. That's what you expect from a veteran like him.
Trailing by 5. Here's Jokic. Doncic outside. And here's Jokic. Good on the layup.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And they go to the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Timeout called East All-Star. They're down by 7. Three-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Doncic! The 3 doesn't go. Now SGA. James outside. The 3 goes down.
Add this game to LeBron's extensive career highlights. I mean, he's had plenty of big nights like this, but it never gets old.
Timeout called here by the West. They're going to talk it over. 1 second left in the 4th quarter. What's your take, guys?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure they needed this timeout, quite honestly. Perhaps a water break?
So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong, but tonight the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
You mentioned that all broadcast long, and sure enough, it came to fruition. That brings us to the conclusion of our All-Star coverage. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan wishing you all a very good night.